Good evening, fellow ghouls and specters alike. This is Tiki here, your...
And BlueDragonFive.
Yes.
Here to engage in some haunted holiday hijinks by trudging through the catacombs and dusting off the cobwebs as we recount our spooky selection of Halloween classics.
So like the jack-o'-lanterns, suit up and grab the candy dish as we revive and recount tonight's selection, which is a special Halloween-themed episode of the Muppet Show from Season 1, with Vincent Price as the guest star! I'm not happy with that Vincent Price at all. That was a bad Vincent Price. My God, that was awful. Yours was okay.
Yeah, I was trying for Edward Scissorhands Vincent Price, but remember like all humiliation and discomfort.
Yes, I don't know. The only thing I know about Vincent Price is enunciating the ends of syllables and sentences and whatnot.
Pretty much, when I think Vincent Price, I got two things in mind. It's Edward Scissorhands and the bit from Abbott Costello meet Frankenstein at the end.
Mm.
Oh, and that's such a shame. I was hoping to get in on the action.
Honestly, the most iconic Vincent Price thing for me, and this is, I don't know how obscure this is. It's certainly well known in Disney park circles, but have you heard the Vincent Price narration that he did for The Phantom Manor at Disneyland Paris?
No.
Oh my God, BlueDragonFive, it's so cool. You need to check it out. Oh God. Oh, the stretching, like, basically he just does the, when hinges creak and doorless chambers, strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls. Whenever candlelights flicker, though the air is deathly still. This is Phantom Manor. Oh, it's so cool. You need to check it. It's great. It's really good stuff. All right. Anyways, enough talking about Vincent Price impressions and whatnot. What are we here to talk about tonight, BlueDragonFive? What's our next selection?
Well, fellow trick-or-treaters, we're here, as we kind of mentioned in our little opening here, we're talking about an episode of The Muppets. A Halloween special, in fact. Halloween special is directly intended to be such. Essentially, one of the great horror icons of the, I don't want to say more than a decade, but of the decades.
Yeah, Vincent Price is absolutely one of the biggest horror icons of all time in my book. Yeah. I mean, he's right up there, probably like in the, definitely like in the top 10 when I'd say he's horror actors.
I'd say he's along there with. I'd say definitely along there with kind of Alfred Hitchcock in terms of presence. In terms of presence, he's got like an Alfred Hitchcock notoriety.
Yeah, I'd say he's up there with someone like Karloff, someone like Christopher Lee, and the Hammer.
Maybe Lugosi also. Let's put him along there with Lugosi.
Sure, right. So they're all right up there in the big pantheon. Like Vincent Price, he's a real class act.
Vincent Price,
one of the lesser known Vincent Price movies that I always refer people to is the Pit and the Pendulum, which is just this. Okay, the classic like horror movie sort of imagery of someone being tied down while this swinging saw goes back and forth and it's going to cut him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically this movie in a nutshell, and Vincent Price is a sick fucker does it to people. And it's wonderful. It's amazing. And it's played completely straight. It's based off an Edgar Allan Poe story. So anyways, if you want some good obscure Vincent Price, Pin the Pendulum is really good.
Oh yeah, big time. Anyways, so the Muppets, they were graciously had the wonderful and talented Vincent Price on their show, had him as a guest, and one of the great things Vincent Price is, before we get started, let's just make a brief statement about how great Vincent Price is. He was a guy, again, a huge horror icon. He brought such gravitas and legitimacy to the craft. I mean, he had that awesome voice. He put himself into his performances, and also he took himself seriously, but not too seriously. He would give his all, yet he loved to do comedy, and he loved to really milk the horror thing for for the comedy. Mainly, as we're about to see in the Muppets here, he is hysterical, and he's the most warm and cuddly yet terrifying. Make great reference to that. And real quick, one thing talking about this, but I saw as a follow-up to this, there's a reference to this in the Muppets guest hosting Johnny Carson.
Oh yeah.
Basically, look it up on YouTube. It's called the Muppets hosted the Tonight Show, and essentially it's Kermit and Fozzie. This is way back when the first Muppet movie came out. They were promoting the movie, so they hosted the Tonight Show.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Bernadette Peters on there and Vincent Price. And there's a funny reference to who Vincent Price, his little lackey in this, Uncle Deadly from the Muppets.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, basically they have like a little reunion on the Tonight Show, and it's pretty funny. And Vincent Price basically freaking out the Muppets on the Tonight Show. It's really hilarious.
Oh, I need to see that. That sounds great.
And so the point is, Vincent Price, wonderful talent, always welcome in anything, really, especially the Muppets. It's a wonderful mixing of worlds there. The colorful world of the Muppets mixed with the great talent that is Vincent Price. So I guess we should get started, unless there's anything you'd like to add, sir.
No, I think you summed it up really well. Yeah, so this is a fan commentary. This is the first commentary we've done, I believe, since the Cartoon All-Stars commentary, if I remember correctly. That was a really fun one to do. I remember that took us forever to time it right to get all 4 people on that thing at the same time. So like any commentary we do, we try and keep it, as descriptive as possible for the people who might not necessarily want to watch along. Although these 2 shorts, we're going to do this, and then we're going to take a break and then do another one with Alice Cooper in a little while. But these 2 episodes, they're up on YouTube, so you can just go ahead and watch along with us. But
I recommend, if you can get the DVD sets, by all means, watch them and try to time into this too. Because the point is, this is something worth having. This is really a good thing we're talking about here today, folks.
So, like I said, we'll do our best to try and be as descriptive as possible when we're talking about this stuff. And so we're just gonna go along to the commentary and. So, like always, we're just going to count up to 3, and then I'm going to say the word go, and I will have a link to the commentary in the video description. Or, I'm sorry, a link to the video, a link to the episode in the video description, right down there. Oh, yes. And so you can go ahead and pull the video up, and then press play right when I say go. So, you ready to do this, BlueDragonFive?
Let's light the lights.
All right, let's do it. So. In 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, here we go.
Yay! Oh.
He doesn't even do a yay. I kind of noticed that. He kind of just looks around nervously.
Well, this is the first season, so maybe I forget if he did it since the beginning. Or I guess maybe it's because it's Halloween and Vincent Price. So maybe not.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah. I was kind of thinking like they did just a little bit like, oh, it's Vincent Price. It might be a little bit spooky.
You gotta remember, again, I'm just look at the video description. It says Halloween special, so I guess they're trying to market it towards it's kind of an extra special episode of the Muppets tonight.
Yeah, right.
This opening never gets old.
Is there a different Fozzie joke every opening?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I never noticed that. Right on. Okay, and what the hell is up with that hair? Oh my god, it is straight up Tommy Wiseau hair. And his face, man, his face is just like... it's crazy. It's great.
And you'll notice this is a different platform they're on right now.
Uh-huh.
When they're doing their little rise up there, I guess they changed it up seasons onward.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Okay, so here comes Kermit to introduce everything.
I love the bats.
Oh yes.
This is just such a novel concept. The Muppets are wacky every other episode. What happens when they get someone like really wacky on the wackiest holiday of all?
Yeah, like you said before, Vincent Price is really a good fit for this because there will be no slapstick tonight. Eye and face.
A classic Kermit the
Bugsy, we
Frank.
don't have any time for any cheap 3D tricks. Did you say cheap 3D tricks? Okay,
Everyone.
BlueDragonFive. This Big Dragon. I'm having Big Hero 6 on my mind. This is really disturbing to me. Oh my god. This whole idea. I don't know.
This is funny. Now, in the Muppets, Jason Segel, a huge Muppet fan, especially of the show. You get a sense that he took the best bits from the Muppet Show, put them into the movie, and this is a lot of characters from this special. In fact, do make it to the Muppets, the film, because you have this guy who I don't know if this is the lead singer or not. Basically, he ate Pepe for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, so basically the whole shtick of this scene, just for the people who aren't watching the episode, is this big orange monster guy has eaten this smaller Muppet. And
they sing the classic Frank Sinatra song, I've Got You Under My Skin, which I thought was so clever.
And the smaller Muppet is, like, in the big monster's stomach.
He's perfectly fine, he's just singing.
I know he's perfectly fine, I know that, but first of all, I guess I should make this point right here. Yeah, this special has, like, 2 or 3 instances of people being eaten, and I'm like, what is with all the people being eaten in this thing?
Does this enact your fear of giant carnivorous plants at all?
Yes, it does. Yes, thank you, it does. I actually have... Okay, when I was, like, 2 years old, I lived in, like, a 2-story townhouse, and I would always, like, go upstairs and fall down the stairs and probably almost crack my head open at once. And my mom, she told me this thing, like, oh, if you go upstairs without an adult, the boogeyman will eat you. She didn't say the word get you. She said the word eat. So from that point forward, I've had kind of a phobia of anything eating me, whether it be carnivorous plants, giant spiders, or even just a monster, even just a Muppet. I don't like the idea of being eaten alive. So thank you, Mother. Thank you.
And that's why we talk about Bates Motel, folks. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
My father loves the old guys and loves Walter Statler and Waldorf.
Well, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Of course, yeah. I love how the Muppet that was eating is coming off stage, he's shaking still, and Kermit's like, hey, good job out there. Again, classic scenes like this. Kermit the Frog in his desk in the back office and is being approached by all the running gags, or all the quick gags coming by.
Yeah, it's such an ingenious concept that this show has, where it's basically like, it is a variety show, but it's also kind of a behind-the-scenes sort of thing at the same time. I don't know, I really like that about it. It's really kind of groundbreaking in that way.
I gotta tell you, this is fun. Just the 3 monster gag, him, her, it thing.
Yeah, so we have this 3-headed green monster. All right.
No, there's Cloris Leachman Muppet.
Cloris Leachman Muppet. Okay.
You know, believe it or not, I'm not sure. I think she actually might have bonded with the real Cloris Leachman when she came on.
Oh.
I'm just saying she reminds me of Cloris Leachman. I think they may have had a scene together though.
Yeah, so she's like a recurring character.
Yeah, she's been there a few times, most definitely.
Okay. All right, I really like this bit for some reason. We get a nice establishing shot of it. Looks like a castle, right?
Oh yeah,
big castle.
Yes. I love this idea. This is a novel idea. Okay, so Fozzie and Gonzo, they're having a little haunted castle here, and they're scared of their gourds.
The atmosphere here is pretty good. It's pretty decent. I really like the purple tint that they put over everything.
Oh yeah, and this is back when Gonzo was like still early and he was a little cute and innocent.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I kind of noticed that about it. His character hadn't really come up yet.
I love these ghosts, by the way. I love the sheep ghosts.
They're absolutely great. Yeah.
Nothing better than a cowardly bear. Well, except maybe a cowardly lion, but, cowardly bears are the next best thing.
And...
he enters!
There he is. Oh, such a good entrance.
The guest star who...
I was really hoping he was going to have that hair the whole episode. I was hoping.
The guest star who comes at a price, huh? Waka waka.
Oh, he's so good. He is so good in these scenes.
Now, you'll notice I mentioned the Muppets earlier on how Jason Segel kind of brought some of his favorite Muppets from his favorite episodes into the movie. And here's a prime example. Uncle Deadly.
Okay, now I'm assuming this guy was on before Vincent Price. His role isn't just Vincent Price's sidekick, right?
Well, to be honest with you, Tiki, I could be wrong, but I think this actually was his first introduction.
Really?
Again,
really?
well,
Okay, cool then. All right,
so I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. If not that, then he probably was a background monster usually, if he was around earlier than that. But I'm really sure.
I love the idea that whole character, like his whole introduction, his whole thing is being like a lackey for famous villain people. That's really cool.
I'm almost certain about that, but again, I'm not. I could be entirely wrong, so don't hold me to that one. However, I think because they bring it up when they have him on the Tonight Show, because basically he says, "I loved working with you." On the Tonight Show, I'm thinking that it's kind of a big deal. He was brought on for that case. I love this gag. Okay. So, what time is it? Classic Wolfman reference here of like, oh, he's turning into something. Wait, what day is it? It's New Year's Eve. Oh, it turns into. You got the guy's name.
Jack Parnell.
Jack Parnell, right?
Yeah.
Jack.
Who was the main composer of the Muppets? The actual composer, not the Muppet Band.
It's just as funny.
It's so silly. It's ridiculous.
It is, and it's kind of it says something about.
It's got a noise maker in its mouth.
It just goes to show you the Muppets, even if you think for a moment they're going to go like a really scary, oh no, he's going to throw a monster, he's going to chase him. No, they're going to do something silly and funny. The atmosphere is what takes you off your game, but then they reel in something really funny to remind you, oh yeah, this is all in fun.
Sure.
Oh, I love this. Give us some context, Tiki. What's happening?
Well, Statler and Waldorf, they just got scared crapless by the alien that they were just describing, a three-eyed, purple-haired, crazy-looking creature. Really, really.
Literally scares Statler out of his seat.
Yes. Okay, Wait, is that the guy who was eating it? He's still just shaking? Oh, that's great. That's great. See, I told you it was a terrifying ordeal to go through.
I love this run of the three of them can never agree on anything. He said, we can be our own act. So, I tell a joke, he sets up the joke, I basically comedian, straight man, and the guy laughing at the joke.
Yeah, that's a good concept. Okay, and after the Muppet Show, I think Sam Eagle might be. I'm sorry, after Muppets Most Wanted, I think Sam Eagle might be my favorite Muppet. And so, here he is again.
Believe it or not, first of all, I love how Sam Eagle would always propose like he always in the Muppet Show would he would introduce acts of these two characters. Because this is like the one act he approved of, saying this is a classy act.
Oh, yes.
And then something would happen like this.
Oh, yes. Oh, classic stuff.
I kind of wish Sam Eagle would host a talk show nowadays.
That would be great. I would pay that. I would see that in a heartbeat. Okay, so here we have...
essentially, their answer to the Saturday Night Live's news report.
Right.
I love that they just bring Vincent Price on. I was gonna say, I love how they bring him on to talk about something so mundane as his cooking recipes.
All right, now this chef character that we have here, does this predate the Swedish Chef?
No, Swedish Chef's been around.
Okay, so I'm assuming, I guess, that the reason why this character's on here is kind of just for communication purposes, that he has to actually say lines that you can understand.
Yeah. Now I'm
Okay.
saying now, but bear in mind, it's been a long time since I've seen the Muppet Show from start to finish, because not all of them are out on DVD, mind you.
Mhm.
But just bear in mind, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure that Swedish Chef's been around before this guy.
Yeah, because I was just kind of wondering, why they didn't use Swedish Chef here. And I must say, this guy is a pretty offensive stereotype.
Wait,
I
what do you
don't
mean?
know.
Offensive?
Well, I don't know. He's just got the really extremely pointed nose and the thick accent. I don't know. I think it's.
Why can't we just have a monster and not have it be a big federal case? I'm just saying, he's a giant, funny-looking monster and he's eating things. I don't stare.
No, I'm talking about the chef. I'm not talking about the monster.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the monster. Oh, never mind then.
No, I'm talking about
for a
the
moment, I thought you were
chef.
talking about the monster, because that would have been ridiculous. He's just a monster.
No. And like I said, once again, we have kind of a running gag of monsters wanting to eat people in the special.
Tiki, I'll give you points on this one. This one actually is scary. I was a little freaked out that Kurt the Frog got eaten. I just love Kermit just trying to kind of play him off. Get away from me, you hulking creep. Yeah, I love Vincent Price is he's about to eat Kermit too.
Yes.
Oh.
He starts.
I do love Frog's legs. Again, that just shows you how scary Vincent Price can be with the Muppets. This is before we had a whole movie about the evil of Frog's legs.
Yeah, right. Oh god.
I love this. They think the host has been eaten, but no, don't count on it. Yeah, this is a classic gag. Yeah, I believe this is actually where Miss Piggy first debuted. By the way.
Wait, are you serious?
No, not this episode. I'm just saying this gag, this skit. I mean,
okay.
This is regularly the ballroom dancing gag.
Okay, I got you.
I could be wrong on that, but I think that's when she was first introduced on one of these.
Yeah. Okay, I could totally see that.
I love the simple monster gags. Can we stop for a bite?
Oh, good old-fashioned Muppet puns.
I just love Muppet Bats. It's so simple. And these ghosts are really cool.
I really like the effect that they have, kind of the translucent effect.
Oh yeah, this is before their ghost effects really improved with with the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah, that was good, right?
They literally put the Muppets in water for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of them.
Okay, you know what I noticed about these ghosts?
What? They look like Jack
first of all,
Skellington?
Yes, they look like goddamn Jack Skellington.
But it's cool though.
Yeah, I know it's cool, but what do you think? Do you think Tim Burton was directly inspired here? Because I don't know. It's
No, I don't think so. It's this. I don't know. Then again, this was much earlier. Nah,
yeah, I mean, it'd be a pretty wild coincidence.
I think
Like,
it's just coincidence.
Pretty wild if it was, but I don't know.
I think it's just coincidence because if they didn't have round eyes, no one could really pin and point that on them. But the round eyes make him look like Jack Skellington.
Well, it's not just the round eyes. It's also like the really long, thin mouth.
Yeah.
And also, might I just say, I really love this song that they do. Beatles, I'm Looking Through You from Rubber Soul. Oh yeah, that's my shit. That's my favorite Beatles album. So
that's for your Star-Lord. That's your awesome mixtape song, right?
Pretty much. Yes.
Hey,
Yeah, this was my jam in freshman year. Yeah, so really good stuff, really good. And I think it's interesting how they kind of make this song into, I'm looking through you because I'm a ghost and you can see through ghosts. Ah ha ha, it's funny. I don't know, but you know what I mean? It's kind of funny how they do what is essentially kind of a straight up love song and turn it into a Halloween song. I think that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's just a pleasure to listen to this song in any context.
If I'm not mistaken, our best gag's coming up next. Our best skit, I guess. of the interview. Oh, yeah, here it is. Just love, again, I love these little saves where Kermit the Frog would sit down with the guests and have a legitimate conversation with them.
Yeah, sure. Who better to have a legitimate conversation with than Vincent Price?
And you'll hear a bunch of these guest stars attesting to, I mean, I really paid attention to that frog. He was really investing.
Right.
I love how we see the audience's monsters for this Halloween special.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Oh, this bit's kind of freaky out of context.
What, Kermit just randomly growing the teeth?
No, what he's about to do with those teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much, Vincent Price here is talking about like the acting craft takes years to master, so you can do like the vampire trick, and Kermit does it like that. Some people learn faster than others, and then Kermit bites Vincent Price. Yes. Just
to tell you the truth, when Kermit bites him, it looks like right there. It looks like Kermit is like dead for just a second. I don't know, because his whole body just goes limp. I just noticed that. It was a little bit disturbing. I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but...
You gotta remember, at times you're gonna see Kermit's mischievous side, especially in the first season. Like, he'll have this silly moments of, like, he's wacky just like the rest of them.
Oh, yeah, sure, which I love about him. You know, I kind of really like that about the early, Season 1 Muppet Show in general. It's kind of like it's got a little bit more of an edge to it. Not to say that early Muppets wasn't... Or not to say that later Muppets didn't have an edge, but you know, like, I don't know, I just like the idea of Kermit not just being this, like, this... Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, I love Kermit, but, just the idea that he's a prankster is just fun. Okay, so now we get the Muppet Man.
Oh, yeah. No, this is a Muppet news anchor.
Yeah, I'm sorry, his name's not Muppet Man. Yeah, what's his name?
Muppet Man's Jason Segel, remember?
Oh, God,
I'm sorry. Muppet Man's actually just all of them standing on top of each other wearing an overcoat.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Oh, I need to get my Muppet stuff right.
Now, this is really creative, I gotta tell you. And terrifying, especially for you, sir. This is such a cool... This looks great, how they suddenly turn into Muppets. Like, man-eating Muppets.
Yeah,
again, I guess Muppet-eating Muppets.
That someone's being eaten alive in this special.
It's so silly. It's like someone on the news telling you your appliances and everything's coming to life, and they're monsters.
It reminds me of like the haunted house level of Super Mario 64.
It's so creepy that they're following him out the door. That's scary. The door. I love this TV gag. This looks great.
Oh yes, because the teeth are on the screen, so
and no one's safe because now he's eaten by his desk. So twisted yet hilarious around Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Sweetums. It's a shame he's passed away.
Well, the actor passed away, you mean?
Yeah, it was one of Jim Henson's sons. He passed away.
Okay.
I think Muppets Most Wanted was his
character. Yeah,
Most Wanted was his last movie.
Oh, okay, yeah, that is a shame. I didn't know that. You know what I really love with Sweetums? I really love in Muppet Vision when he just comes out.
Oh,
He comes out in the costume.
When I was a kid, I freaked out with excitement. Oh my God, it's Sweetums!
I totally did too.
I loved him in the Muppet movie. I was like, oh no, don't leave Sweetums behind, let him come along!
Okay, so we just saw the last of the three-headed monster.
Yep.
We're wrapping stuff up. Fozzie's like, I never thought I'd be jealous of a guy with 3 heads.
Now, this house gag, I always thought that was the most ridiculous thing, yet it was so funny. The fact that they have these moments where they go past the living houses, and very much they have like a quick gag, and then they were done. They make it quick.
It's really cool animation, though. I really like it.
It is. And then there's kind of, man, this went by fast.
It really did, yeah.
then again, this Vincent Price learned from Sweetums here by giving a hand. And he gives his hand to Uncle Dudley. I forgot about that.
Yes, just like Rumpelstiltskin gave Hook a hand in the latest Once Upon a Time.
Oh yeah, but without a trade contract though.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Well, right. This was fun.
Yes, that's it. That was the Vincent Price episode. I hope we did it justice. Just really good stuff. Like you said, it kind of paved the way for a lot of Muppets in general. Kind of like, it's interesting that this special, kind of set the tone for a lot of stuff to come with the Muppets. So, really good stuff. Really good. All right, and the final gag is, I don't know if that's Statler or Waldorf. Do you know the difference?
Waldorf's the one with the white hair.
Okay, so so yes, one of them was a monster. So that was the last gag. All right, so that was it. That was the Muppets Halloween special with Vincent Price.
So in essence, again, it really it was really fun. Really fun. Good time when they can get that their wackiest around the Halloween specials.
Yeah, absolutely.
And kind of the most underlyingly sadistic, too, about all the man-eating Muppets.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's 3 different skets that are basically all about, like, carnivorous activity, for lack of a better term. Oh, boy. So, yeah, it really kind of gets under my skin with one of my personal phobias. So that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing, because I like Halloween specials that even when they're definitely played for comedy, contain sort of that underlying element of fear. That can be really cool. That can be fun.
So, Tiki, seeing this is pretty much the first time you've ever seen this, right?
Well, no, I watched it before we did the show.
Well, I mean, like the first time watching it for this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much, it stack up?
Oh, yeah, most certainly. I have a few more issues with the Alice Cooper episode, but we'll get into that. It was still a really fun time. I just don't think that was as strong when it came to being a Halloween special.
It is awfully hard to top Vincent Price.
Yeah, certainly. And Alice Cooper's really fun, but I don't know. I just think with that episode, and we'll get into it, but I think there's 1 or 2 segments that just... that just don't really go anywhere with that special. But here I think everything's really tight, everything is really focused, the mood and the atmosphere in every scene is perfect. It's really good. It's great. So yeah, I really do need to go back and watch some more Muppet Show, because I'm pretty sure the only stuff I've seen are like best of compilations and stuff like that. I haven't really gone back and watched many full episodes, but I think it's just an ingenious concept. Like I said, I actually kind of think it's very ahead of its time, because it's funny, because I look back on a show like let's say something like 30 Rock, where the whole concept of 30 Rock is looking at the behind the scenes shenanigans that go on with an SNL type show, and in a way I kind of feel like the Muppet Show is kind of the predecessor to that whole idea. So I really do think it sort of broke ground in the variety show department by showing the shenanigans that went on behind the scenes is as much a part of the act as the actual acts. And of course, we're going to see this formula kind of copied a little bit in House of Mouse as well. What do you think about that? I just kind of came up with that comparison off the top of my head. Do you agree?
Yes, but
use the Muppet Show formula.
Yes, however, House of Mouse kind of, when you really think about it, this is me thinking off on the spot right now. And when you really think about it, they had a musical act and they showed old clips. So really.
Yeah, but every episode of House of Mouse had a storyline to it, though.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying in terms of like what the show actually did in terms of like their actual acts. I mean, Muppets are a little more elaborate with their stage acts.
Certainly, the actual acts are much more original on the Muppet Show, of course, because with House of Mouse, the whole thing was kind of like we're gonna have a storyline that kind of loosely connects. It is really more of an excuse to just show old Disney shorts, which is awesome for me.
Yeah, however, I enjoyed it. I want to make that clear. I enjoyed House of Mouse. I did.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think that it just kind of came to mind for me, like I said, kind of off the top of my head, like, oh, House of Mouse. Yeah, that's also another sort of variety show type program that's about the shenanigans that go on behind the scenes. All right. Well, anyways, I think we're just about done with this episode.
Another Muppetational time, indeed.
Oh yes. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be right back, and we will be talking about the Alice Cooper Halloween special on the Muppet Show. So stay tuned for that. And yes, let me get my cue card out for the outro. Well, folks, our spirits grow weary tonight. But don't worry, they'll be stronger than ever next time when we engage in more haunted holiday hijinks.
Excellent. Excellent.
I'm trying to do Montgomery Burns, so apparently Montgomery Burns sounds like Vincent Price. All right, we'll go with it. Have a good night, everyone.